Alright, you bloody buffoons. I'm back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. Anyway, so this time I'm bringing you 6 SAMs. It's going to be a very short, well, a very short explanation at least, because I'm not an expert at 6 SAMs, but I've been using them for a while, and I've actually been able to pull off some amazing combos with this. And this is probably, I've tested it out for over 2 weeks now. And this is really the best setup that I've been able to come up with. I've used some ideas that I found from YouTube, from online, from Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, you know, just some of these ideas and combos and what the best number of cards that you should have for like each card or whatever. And this is the best setup, really, because as you know, 6 Samurais, your main target is to get out this guy, the only guy that's fucking limited to 1 in your extra deck. And that is Legendary 6 Samurai Shien. Now, the only thing that I can't tell you, and I doubt that it is workable, is Gateway of the 6. So if you have 6 counters on it, you can target 1 Shien monster in your graveyard, especially summon that target. I don't believe he counts as a Shien monster because he has a space in between Shi and N. I believe he's just pure 6 Samurai. So unfortunately, you can't special summon him. But I do have a couple other Shien monsters that you could special summon using Gateway of the 6. But let me go into it starting from the very beginning. How about that? That way we aren't, you know, jumping around all over the place. So first of all, I run 2 Great Shogun Shiens. The reason why this guy is so good is because, I mean, God, it's really hard to not be able to special summon him. Most of the time you're going to have minimum 2 6 Sams on the field. So he's an easy special summon. And because the Legendary 6 Samurai Shien is such an easy monster to summon, chances are, if he's in your hand, if Shogun is in your hand, then the Legendary 6 Samurai on the... If Shogun's in your hand and Legendary 6 Samurai is on the field, Shogun's going to hit the field and you're going to essentially lock your opponent. And that's going to suck, because if they try to negate the summoning of Shogun with a Solemn Warning, you'll negate it with Legendary 6 Samurai, and then they can't activate a Bottomless after that, or anything, or a Solemn Judgment after that, because they've already... Or actually, I guess they could activate a Judgment. But regardless, besides a counter trap after that, they can't activate any more traps this turn to try to destroy Shogun, because they've already activated the 1 card. Because Shogun's effect is, your opponent can only activate 1 spell or trap card each turn. Also, if this card would be destroyed, you can destroy face-up 6 Sam. Okay, so his last effect, being able to save himself, is the same as Legendary 6 Samurai Shien's effect. But having this guy, where you limit your opponent from being able to activate 1 spell or trap, it's not 1 spell and 1 trap, it's 1 spell or trap per turn. And then if they try to activate that 1 spell or trap per turn, then you negate it with Legendary 6 Samurai, and you've got them locked. So it's really good. But yeah, anyway, so that's the reason why I run 2 of him. They're both 2500. The only problem that I've ever had with this deck is the lack of power. And so if your opponent summons an Obelisk, I haven't run into an opponent that runs Obelisk, but you're really screwed unless you can get out someone like the Heroic Champion Excalibur. So he can pump his attack up to 4000. And you can ram with Obelisk. But that's... And of course Dark Hole. But that's about it. I haven't run into people... It's very hard to summon Obelisk these days. I don't really give them a chance to even get that many monsters on the field to where they can summon Obelisk. I did run into a Frog deck one time that they could have summoned Obelisk, but I think they had... No, they had already wasted a normal summon, so it didn't fucking matter. But that's the main idea behind this deck is... Beat your opponent ASAP, so that way they don't get a chance to do anything. So the next card, Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai. I run only 1 of this guy. You can run 2. It really doesn't matter to me. It's just I only had room for 1. So this guy's pretty good. If you have, he's like a Shogun Shien, except if you have 1 on the field, if you have 1 6 Sam on the field, then you can special summon him from your hand. Which is really good. He's got 2100 attack, so he can get over some stuff that your opponent would normal summon. He can get over Steel Swarm Roach. He can get over some good stuff. It's pretty good. Plus, he's a special summon, so it adds towards like Gateway to the 6, Shien's Dojo, and 6 Sam United. So it's really good. He's a free special summon, essentially. Sort of like Keyzone's a free special summon. But anyway, when he's destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you get to target... Hold on. You target 1 6-Sam in your grave and add it to your hand. So a lot of times what I'll do is, like, if Legendary 6 Samurai went to the grave, that's usually the card that I'll add back to my hand, so it goes back to my extra deck. Because I have multiple times to special summon Xian. Unfortunately, there's only one time that I can really do it, unless I can send him back to my extra deck, and that's what Grandmaster does for me. So he's really good for that. Now, I run 3 Keyzones. Every 6 Sam deck should run 3 Keyzones. If he's got 2 other 6 Sams on the field, then he automatically pumps up to 2100, which is pretty good. Also, he's a free special summon, and he's a level 4. The free special summonings, you will realize how important that is when you have continuous spells on the field like Xian's Dojo, 6 Sam United, and especially Gateway of the 6. Holy crap. I did not realize how good Gateway of the 6 was until I started running 6 Sams. Now I know why some people want it banned. It's really good. However, I don't think that 6 Sams are overpowered now that Xian Smoke Signal is at 3. If you upped Gateway of the 6 to 2, or Legendary 6 Samurai to 2, then they might be a little overpowered. But that's the reason why they're at 1. So 6 Sams are not overpowering, but they are good. They are a good way to get yourself out of a bind. And yeah, anyway. So yeah, that's the reason why I run 3 Keyzones. Also because he's a level 4. He's the main way that I'm getting out Excalibur or Utopia. Utopia is pretty good as well. If you don't need to. Like, Excalibur, he requires you to ditch both of your XYZs in order to pump them up to 4,000. So sometimes I don't want to do that, and I just want a 2500 beater that can negate shit from being destroyed. So that's why I run into Utopia. Anyway, so Legendary 6 Samurai Mizuho and Shinai. I really only use them because they can special summon each other and they're level 3s, because otherwise I don't really like to use Kageki? Is that his name? Kageki? I thought it was something else. Oh, this is Kagemusha. Oh, this is Kageki. Okay, anyway. So Mizuho and Shinai are pretty good because they can special summon each other if they're in your hand. Also, apparently Mizuho can, once per turn, you contribute another 6 Sam to select, and oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Isn't that what Hand of the 6 Sam does anyway? To select one monster and destroy it. Okay, honestly, I don't know why you would want Hand of the 6 Sam over Mizuho. But, because Mizuho lets you destroy any card on the field, whereas Hand of the 6 Sam lets you only destroy a monster on the field. Although Hand of the 6 Samurai does allow you to destroy himself, like, he can target himself to destroy another monster on the field. Whereas Mizuho, it has to be another 6 Samurai, so he can't tribute himself, obviously. Anyway. So Mizuho is pretty good. He's 1600. He's level 3. Mizuho, Hand of the 6 Sam, Shinai, and Marauding Captain. They're the main ones that I'm doing for my rank 3s. And I've only got 2 rank 3s because that's all the room I have for it. And that's all that I would ever summon, is either a Zen Mains or a Leviathan. Zen Mains because I need the defensive blocking. I guess that's a little redundant. And the ability to slow down my opponent. And Leviathan, just try to punch a hole through them and, you know, kill them ASAP. That's about it. Shinai, I run 2 of them because I only have 2 Mizuhos. Also, his effect is, if this card is tributed, select 1 6 Sam monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, except for Legendary 6 Samurai Shinai. Huh, okay, that's not bad. So you could tribute him if you don't need him on the field, for instance, if he's the only level 3. To add this guy, Legendary 6 Samurai Xian, back to your hand. Of course, that goes back to your extra deck. So that's not bad. That's not a bad effect at all, actually. So yeah, that's the reason why I have those 2 in there. And then Marauding Captain. So the reason why I have him in here is because it is a warrior deck, and he's usually the reason why I will summon stuff that's non-Xian, level 5 synchros. For instance, I've never summoned this guy yet, but he seemed pretty good because when a face-up level 3 or lower monster on the field is sent to the graveyard, that means that it could be sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon or whatever. Then this guy becomes 3,000 attack until the end phase. So that's not bad if you've got an opening and you can hit your opponent for 3,000, why not? So it's not bad at all. Also, Noturia Beast can be summoned because of that. If you've got, for instance, Kagemusha, who is he's your tuner, and then you've got Marauding Captain, because both of these guys are Earth, and that's what Noturia Beast requires, both your tuner and your non-tuner to be Earths. So you can bring out Noturia Beast, you can bring out Catastor, and X-Saberwind. I'll go into these a little bit later. But Marauding Captain, when he's normal summoned, you get a special summon, a level 4 or lower monster. Doesn't have to be warrior, but I mean, in this particular case, it is going to be. So a lot of times, he acts as a Kageki, where I can special summon Kagemusha from my hand. Or I could special summon I don't know why I'd want to summon a Kizan. Normally, it's going to be either one of my tuners, or it's going to be one of my level 3s. So yeah. Anyway, Marauding Captain's also pretty good because if you have two of them on your side of the field, your opponent can't attack. Essentially, you've got them locked. Also, if you want to protect one of your other monsters, they can only target Marauding Captain for an attack target, pretty much. So whatever. Kageki, some people run 2 of this guy. I don't blame them, but I like 3 of him because with 3 Xian smoke signals, if I get this guy in my hand, I can easily pull a tuner to my hand. And this is the main way that you see most people summon Xian, is you've got Kageki in your hand, and you've got a Kagemusha in your hand. You summon Kageki, and then you get a special summon the tuner from your hand, and immediately you go into Xian, and they can't stop you, really. But also, Kageki, even though he only has 200 attack, he can pump himself up to 1,700 if you're not synchroing with him, then he can protect himself in a way if you've got another 6 Sam on the field. Normally, the way that I do that is because I've got Kizan on the field. Because Kizan's an easy special summon after this guy's been brought to the field. Anyway, so that's the reason why I don't use the effect of Kagemusha at all. When exactly one face-up 6 Sam monster you control is targeted by a spell, trap, or targeted by a spell card, trap card, spell trap effect, or effect monster's effect, you can change the target to this face-up card. I don't ever use that effect. Why? Because this guy is too fucking good to let him go to waste. No, I'm going to use him to sink into one of these bad boys down here. So yeah, you always need to run 3 of these guys, because he's the main one that you're going to be tuning with, because Xian Smoke Signal can search him out. Also, you know, Reinforcement can as well, but mainly I'm going to waste a Xian Smoke Signal on this guy, or this guy, depending on which one I have in my hand. But since I run 3 copies of it, I will see it more often than not. And then my last guy is Xian Squire. The reason why I have this guy, he's not searchable with Xian Smoke Signal, but he is a level 1 tuner, is because he can be easily, if you've got Xian's Dojo on your side of the field, all you have to do is summon 1 monster. You can normal summon a Kizan, and then sacrifice Xian's Dojo to bring out Xian Squire, and automatically you've got Xian, a legendary 6 Samurai Xian. Because that's the main reason why I have Xian Squire in here, is because he's a level 1 tuner, and I'm looking for this guy right here, Kizan, because Kizan's so easy to get on the field, and usually you can only special summon legendary 6 Samurai Xian if you've got a level 3 non-tuner. So I just wanted to open up my options, make my opportunities plentiful for bringing out this guy, because he is the main force of this deck. He is like the only level 5 that I know of synchro monster that's got a 2,500 attack. All the rest of them have 2,400 or less. But yeah. Anyway, so that's why Xian Squire is pretty good. Also, his effect is if a 6 Samurai monster you control battles during damage calculation, you can send this card from hand to the graveyard, and the 6 Samurai won't be destroyed by battle this turn. So he's sort of like, you know how Xian can save himself from being destroyed? Well, he is like that, in a way. But, yeah, anyway. So, I've got Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, the Holy Trinity, whatnot. Reinforcement of the Army. You always run Reinforcement of the Army in a Warrior deck like this, especially 6 Sams, because it adds any level 4 or lower Warrior-type monster. So any of these monsters down here that aren't Grandmaster or Shogun Xian, you can add to your hand. That's amazing. Also because you run as many Xian smoke signals as possible and then reinforce them in the army. So you've got 4 searchers really. The warrior returning alive. The reason why I have this is because I like to search for my tuner that's in the graveyard to go into more synchros. Also, if you want to go, if you've got the summoning materials for a Xian, you can target one warrior type monster, legendary 6 samurai Xian, and add that target to your hand, which would be adding him back to your extra deck. So, you know, that's not bad at all. Just add him back to your extra deck. I believe you can do that. I've never tried it, but seeing as people bounce synchro monsters back to the hand and it actually goes to the extra deck, I assume that you can do that as well. That'd be really cool. But yeah, always warrior returning alive, because all you have to do is like search for any of these, like Shogun Xian, Grandmaster, Kizon. If they're in your graveyard and you've got enough 6 Sams on your side of the field, if you bring it to your hand, they're automatically going to hit the field. So it's really good. Gateway of the 6, I talked about it a little bit, but here's actually what happens. Each time you normal or special summon a 6 Samurai monster, not Xian monster, but 6 Samurai monster. And that's the reason why I have a feeling that you can't use the last effect to target legendary 6 Samurai in your graveyard to special summon him, because when he's special summoned, he counts as a 6 Sam monster for Gateway of the 6 and not as a Xian monster. So anyway, when 6 Sam is normal summoned or special summoned, then you add 2 Bushido counters to this card. So you remove 2 of them, then you get to target one 6 Sam monster or Xian monster. And it gains 500 attack until the end phase, which is pretty good. It's really good for getting over stuff that you need, like legendary 6 Sam can get over a Stardust, it can get over Scrap Dragon, you know, anything that's got less than 3,000 attack, obviously. Also, if let's say for instance you've got a Kizon on the field and a 6 Sam, if you try to ram Xian into a Red Dragon Archfiend, then it'll kill Red Dragon Archfiend and you just sacrifice Kizon to keep Xian from being destroyed, but he'll still destroy the Red Dragon Archfiend because they have the same attack. So that is a way of using it to your advantage. Also, if you remove 4 counters, and this is the one that I use the most, whoops, sorry. Removing 4 counters from Gateway of the 6, that means you just normal summon or special summon 2 6 Sams. It's not hard to do at all. Then you add a 6 Sam, any 6 Sam monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand or graveyard. Abuse the fuck out of that, my friend. That will come in handy for sure. Because a lot of times what I'm doing is either adding a Kizon or a Grandmaster from my deck to my hand, because this acts as another Xian smoke signal, or I'm adding like a tuner back from my graveyard to my hand, so that way I can do it all over again. So it's really good. 6 counters. I've never done this yet. Target one Xian effect monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. So the only ones that you can special summon is Great Shogun Xian, which would be a good special summon, although, you know, it depends on the situation, I guess. Or Xian Squire, so you could go into another synchro or something. I wouldn't waste 6 counters on this little guy right here, especially how derpy he looks. But the possibility's there, just in case you need it. And then Xian's Dojo. Like, a lot of people don't run Xian's Dojo, but I don't think you realize how good Xian's Dojo really is. It is so good. I wish I could run 3, but I don't have the room, so I'm not going to. But Xian's Dojo is so good when I get this card, because each time a 6 Sam is normal summon or special summon, just like Gateway of the 6, it'll get a certain number of counters on it. So let's say I use Kageki's effect, normal summon him, that's 1 counter. Special summon Kagemusha from my hand, that's 2 counters. Go into Xian, that's 3 counters. Now I could send and then special summon Kizon from my hand, which is normally what happens, that's 4 counters. Now I can use Xian's Dojo, sacrifice it, and summon one 6 Sam monster or Xian monster from my deck whose level is equal to or lower than the number of Bushido counters on this card. So, you could special summon another Kizon from your deck or something, or whatever you want to special summon. It doesn't really matter. You could special summon another Kagemusha, and then that would be, well, actually, then you could go into a level 6 if you want. Do I have any level 6s? Are they both Earth? Yeah. Then you could go into a Barkion or something like that and shut down the traps. So you could shut down spells, traps, whatever. Shien's Dojo is just so good, and I run 2 of them because all you have to do is normal summon a Kizon, and then that adds 1 Bushido counter to Shien's Dojo. And like I told you before, sacrifice Shien's Dojo, bring out Shien's Squire from your deck because he's a level 1, and immediately go into Legendary 6 Samurai Shien. It's so good. You have no idea, dude. It's just so good. Anyway, 6 Sam United. Like, I brushed off this card originally, but you need to. You need to run this fucking card, and you need to run 3 copies of it. One of the advantages of decks like this is they special summon a lot. One of the disadvantages of decks that special summon a lot is they lose hand advantage very quickly. 6 Sam United has a way of sort of supplementing your hand with more cards because you've normal summoned or special summoned so many times. So it's really good. Now remember, maximum 2 Bushido counters on this card. So as soon as you normal summon 6 Sam Kageki and special summon Kagemusha, don't go into Shien yet. Sacrifice this card, draw 2 more cards, because you might draw into another 6 Sam United. Then special summon Shien, then special summon Kizon, and then sacrifice the other 6 Sam United, draw another 2 cards. It's really good. Just trust me. It helps you, you know, more hand advantage you have, the more possibilities, you know, will come your way, pretty much. Always run 3 of these. Really good. I did have Double-Edged Sword Technique and Return of the 6 Samurai. So Return of the 6 Samurai is similar to Double-Edged Sword Technique, except you target 1 6 Sam in your monster and bring it to the field, and then it's destroyed in the end phase. The reason why I got rid of it and replaced it with Bottomless Trapple is, first of all, Bottomless Trapple is pretty good to get rid of synchros. Secondly, Double-Edged Sword Technique is the only one that I want to run because it targets 2 6 Sams in my graveyard. So, like, I could, let's see, then destroy. Yeah, so you could special summon if Legendary 6 Samurai went to the graveyard for some reason. You could special summon them for 1 turn, or you could special summon back the Synchro materials to get out Shien again if you returned them back to your extra deck or whatever using any of the card effects listed above. You could bring them out again. You could bring out another level 5 if you wanted to. You could have another monster on the field, so you need the tuner from the grave. Just pretty much use them up before they have to, so that way they don't go to the grave at the end phase. So that's really good. I run 2 Compulse because of monsters like Stardust, really, that that negate cards that destroy cards. So Compulse doesn't destroy, and it's really good to get rid of them. Unfortunately, it can't stop shit like Obelisk, but that's okay. It stops other annoying shit, so that's really good. I mainly use it for like synchros that I can't get rid of myself. And then I only run 1 Musakani Magatama. I think that's how you pronounce it. Obviously, these are all Japanese related. Anyway, so I run it because it's like a, it's similar to, almost similar to a Solemn Judgment. But because it can negate any spell, trap, or effect that would destroy a card. So actually, it's more like a Stardust Dragon right here. And the only requirement is you have to have a face-up 6 Sam on the field. So like if you're attacking, and your opponent activates a Mirror Force or some shit, then you can save your 6 Sam with this, and it requires no cost whatsoever, just having a 6 Sam on the field. That's the only condition. And then I don't run Solemn Judgment because half your life points is a lot of the time. So I just run 1 Solemn Warning just to stop shit like, I don't know. I can't say Obelisk, obviously. Stardust, let's say Stardust. Or Quasar. I mean, I've never run into anyone who summoned a Quasar on me. Except for my friend, but you know, he was running my deck. But yeah, that would be about it. So I'm going to try to end this before the 30-minute mark. Okay. Oh no, that's not even going to be possible because I still have some example duels of where I dueled with this shit. Okay, I'm going to go as fast as possible. Scrap Dragon, he's pretty obvious. All 3 of these level 8s are, well, actually Colossal Fighter are going to. Scrap Dragon, you know, he can destroy 1 card on the field to destroy a card on your opponent's side of the field. I actually used him to win a duel today. I'll show you why he's so good. Stardust, obvious. Colossal Fighter, he can be pumped up really high. This guy can start running over stuff if you need him to do it. This card gains 100 attack for every warrior-type monster in the graveyard. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can select 1 warrior-type monster from either player's graveyard and special summon it. He is extremely good. I might need to look into running 2 of him. because he is so good. He's not that hard to bring out. You just need like 3 6-Ams on the field. Any combination that makes 8. He's really good because you can special summon back the Xian that's in your graveyard. Or, I mean, usually I'll have minimum 5 warriors in the graveyard by the time he's out. So that's 3,300. So already he's getting over stuff like Red Dragon Archfiend or Black Luster Soldier. I was about to say Blue Eyes, but I'm like, who the fuck summons Blue Eyes? Black Luster Soldier. So he's really good. Black Rose to nuke the field, really. My other level 7 is Lightning Warrior. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card in your opponent's hand. So if they like to stack cards in their hand, punish them for it. Make them inflict, like, I'm thinking at least 900 damage every time he destroys a monster by battle. And he's got 2,400 attack, it's not bad. So, yeah. Barkion, he's essentially like Naturia Beast, except he does traps, and his effect is you remove from play 2 cards in the graveyard and negate the activation of a trap card and destroy it. I usually only use his effect once if I'm going to use it at all. I think I used it once, maybe, to stop a compulsory evacuation device, but that was about it. I very rarely summon him. He's my only level 6. Xian, if you don't know what he does by now, read it. There you go. Okay, so Sea Dragon Lord, whatever his name is. When a face-up level 3 or lower monster on the field is sent to the graveyard, so like for a synchro summon, after he hits the field, if you perform another synchro summon that should meet his requirements, this card's attack becomes 3,000. That's not bad at all, not bad at all. That's like having a level 5 synchro that has 3,000 attack. Yeah, I'll take that. So Naturia Beast, he's extremely good. Send the top 2, when he's on the field, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard to negate a spell and destroy it. So this guy is almost like an infinite negation of spells. It's really, really, really good. I like him. He's not too shabby for 2,200 attack. Catastro's also got 2,200 attack, but he's to get over stuff like Black Luster Soldier. He can't destroy Obelisk, but, you know, he's good. Obviously, everyone runs Catastrophe these days. X-Saber Wayne, the reason why I have him is he's got 2,100 attack. It's not that great, but you can add to... So if you've got Gateway of the 6, Xian's Dojo, or 6-Am United, you can add to the summonings this turn. Because when he's Synchro Summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Warrior-type monster from your hand. These are all Warrior-type monsters. So you can add more, add another special summon to any of your face-up continuous spells. To be able to use their effects more effectively. So yeah, Utopia is pretty obvious. Excalibur, because he's got 4,000 attack for one turn. For your entire turn, and then your opponent's next entire turn. And then he goes back to 2,000. Leviathan, to punch holes. Zenmaines, to fill up holes. Okay, that sounded weird. Anyway, to block. That's all he's there for. And that's my entire deck. You'll really like, I guarantee you will like this deck. Unless you're running against E-Dragons. I haven't faced any E-Dragons yet, so I don't know how to perfect this deck against them. But you'll like it. So let's go on to the replays. Okay, here we go. So I've only got 3 duels to show you. But let me show them to you. So I don't know who I was running against, but apparently he was running Rabbit. Because as you can see, he's got those faggoty-ass dinosaurs in his hand. But I actually went first. This is a beautiful opening hand. All freaking ready. So first of all, I've got that. Those are really those two are really good. You could set them face down to start protecting yourself. But first things first, you want to Xian Smoke Signal to add Kageki to your hand. He's the level 3 that lets you special summon a level 4 or lower 6-Am monster from your hand when he's normal summoned. So or Gateway to 6, either one, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's Kageki right there. Normal summon him, special summon Kagemusha. So yeah, that's 2 Bushido counters. Special summon him, that's 4 Bushido counters. Okay, now I've got 6 Bushido counters. So what I can do actually is I can use 4 of those Bushido counters, bring keys onto my hand. Or Grandmaster actually. That's not bad at all. Oh yeah! Okay, so now that's another 4 Bushido counters on it. Because I did have 2 left, then I just special summon Grandmaster. Now I can add a key, or I didn't add a keys onto my hand. But I could have added the keys onto my hand. That's my point, is I could have. And actually, I can pulse it back. I did not realize that her effect will still go off. I'm an idiot. I'm used to activating Veilers on what's her face, Tour Guide, so that way her effect doesn't activate. But anyway, so he's trying to bring out Blackluster, and I should have waited for him to go into his rank monster, whatever, probably like probably a Zen mains, and then I should have compulsed it. So that was a little noobish on my end, but don't worry, I will be fine. Don't worry. So now I could use. So first of all, 6 Sam's going to be able to. 6 Sam's United will replenish my hand. Now I can use Gateway to the 6 again. No, bitch, get fucking negated, you little faggot. God, I can't believe he actually thought he was going to get away with that. Anyway, so yeah, now bring out Keyzon, special summon Keyzon. Now I could actually bring out another Keyzon if I wanted to. But first I'm going to activate that. I've already normal summoned. Now I could. Jeez, there's just so much shit that I could do. But you know what? I'm just going to take it one at a time. So, yeah. Anyway, it's going to hurt him a lot. A lot. I'm not going to kill him this turn, but you know, he's. I've got 4 Bushido counters, so I could have actually killed him this turn. I could have added another Keyzon to my hand and killed him. But let's see what he has to do. So he summons a Rescue Rabbit and summons those 2 faggots. All right, and then Utopia. Ah, I see. So he's going to attack Keyzon. That's fine. So what I can do now is. Oh wow! Actually, I've got Great Shogun Shien. So let's see what I do. Play Shien's Dojo. Oh, you know what? You know what? Actually, I don't know what. So hold on, let's find out. Oh, okay. I could go into a Scrap Dragon if I wanted to, actually. And then I could destroy Utopia and then kill him. But well, let's see what. Okay, actually, that's what I do. Special summon, destroy Gateway to the 6, goodbye Utopia, and rape your ass. So no one likes a faggot who run. Okay, that was actually the end right there. He quit out. But yeah, so no one likes a faggot who runs Rabbit anymore these days. Okay, so 6 Sams versus Frogs. This was my next duel. This is actually a pretty good opening hand too. So, what was he running in his extra deck? Oh, there's that giant Slacker Magician. That's what she's called in real life, the Slacker Magician. He's running all ranks. God, he's terrible. Anyway, so yeah. So first things first, who went first? I went first. Okay, so 6 Sam United. Yeah, unfortunately, he fucking Veilered that shit. That was unfortunate. A little faggot. Otherwise, I would have immediately gone into a Shien and then been able to draw 2 cards because of 6 Sam United. But I get to draw 2 cards anyway because I special summon Keyzon. Draw 2 cards, special summon Grandmaster. That's why he's so fucking good. You only need 1 6 Sam on the field, just like Keyzon. And now, yeah, and now Kageki's attack goes back up to 1700. So he goes into this shit. I really need to look into how frogs work. Because I was originally, before I built my Herakti deck, when I was going to run Egyptian Gods, frogs was the way to go, but I didn't understand how the fuck frogs work. I got intimidated and stopped. So yeah, he goes into all this shit and whatnot, and it's a shame because I think I'm able to get rid of Gotcha eventually, of course. But first, let's go into Scrap Dragon. Yeah, that way I can destroy his face down. Because I knew that Flip Flop Frog, which is fucking weird ass name, was going to return a monster opponent controls within his hand up to the number of frog monsters you control. Well, actually, it would have only returned 1, I guess, but I didn't want him to return any, so I'll just attack twice. Yep. See, now that he has 1 less material, now Grandmaster can actually attack it, so that's good. And now he's pretty much stuck. Look, he used up all his hand advantage. And that motherfucker, I actually was like, I swear to God, if this guy draws another fucking Veiler, because I'm about to activate Kageki's effect, because I can just Shien Smoke Signal for another tuner, and then summon Shien. Oh, and I have a Gateway to the 6. Nice. But yeah, see, and I'm about to go into Shien, and then that motherfucker Valors me again. Oh, that's so annoying. But I've got Monster Reborn, so it doesn't matter. Go into Shin now. So yeah, and then I can activate that to bring out a Keyzon if I wanted to. What do I do? Oh, that's right. I pump him up. Oh, I pump up both these guys by 500. So I use the first effect of the Gateway of the 6. Pump him up by 500. Pump him up by 500. And then I sacrifice Gateway to the 6 with Scrap Dragon's effect to destroy him. And then that's game. Because look, that's more than 8,000 attack. So this guy, he ends up quitting out also. So, because they're all both little faggots. And then I was facing a dark person. Oh, he went first. Hold on. Okay. This isn't the greatest hand in the world, but I can bring out Xian first turn if I wanted to. So, God, this guy really pissed me off because Armageddon Knight's such a queer. God damn, I hate Armageddon Knight. And I don't know what Zeta Reticulin is, but I don't know. Who the hell's burning toast? Man, I can smell that in my room. Good lord. What was his face down called? The Haunted. I didn't know what it was. I would advise against heavy storming. But the reason why I wanted a heavy storm is because if he did Solemn Warning my Shen, which I was about to summon, then Shen wasn't properly summoned, which means you can't Monster Reborn him from the graveyard. So it's really up to you. I heavy storm just because I thought it might have been a Solemn Warning. Bring out Shen, and yeah, an attack for 1100. So that's pretty much it. Okay, play, go. I'm going to have him go real fast because I don't give a shit. Okay, what was his face downs? Okay, Karma Cut and MST. So I wasn't sure what his face downs were. I was kind of scared. But you know, whatever. Okay, so let's do this. Bring out him, and I went into a one-up Zen Mange just in case if one of his face down cards was a Deep Prison and the other one was a Mirror Force. Special summon, yada yada. Yeah, I hate the fact that if he's summoned any way, not normal summon, not special summon, any summon, then that he gets to activate his effect. What is so good about Zeta Reticulin? I don't even know what an EVA token is, but I destroy his Armageddon Knight, so get brave faggot. And then he summons a fucking Karibo, and I was like, why the hell are you summoning Karibo in the face of attack position? I did not know that he had a multiply face down. And honestly, I thought that one of his other face downs might be a like a Mirror Force, and that's the reason why he activated this to try to bait me into negating it. I did not realize. Oh, actually, he could have Karma Cut me, so it's a good thing I didn't negate multiply. But yeah, and obviously I'm not going to activate 6 Sam United yet because I want to use. I only want it when I've got 2 monsters, that just in case if he does exactly what he will eventually do, and that's MST in it. So yeah, anyway. So he summons this faggot right here, and tributes all 3 of his Karibo tokens to inflict 2400 damage to me. So for a while there, I actually was losing to this guy, but that's because he's running a burn deck, essentially, it looks like. And I place that, and I attack that. I attack him again, but at main phase 2, I set Compulse, and yeah, and then he MSTs it. Oh, he could have Heavy Stormed also. Yeah, and I wasn't going to negate it, and it's a good thing I didn't, because he did still have Karma Cut. I guess this guy was getting annoyed, because I play 6 Sam United, I Monster Reborn, Kageki. Yeah, and I just draw. And then I summon him. And I was wondering why I couldn't activate his effect to destroy a card on the field. And it's because his effect says 1 monster, whereas Mizuho's effect says 1 card. So, yeah, he quit out as well. And that's pretty much it. So, I hope you enjoyed it. That's 6 Sams in a nutshell. I did this for one of my viewers, actually, Mr. Ace in the Hole. So hopefully you learned something from this, and you'll be able to use it at Locals Tournament. So, thanks for watching, and goodbye.